Okay, hello. So I have recently been playing this Chaos Control deck quite a bit. I have always been a fan of Go Control, but haven't really played Chaos Control too much. But I have really been liking this build with the Decrees. I know, last year sometime Chaos Control with Decrees was becoming pretty popular, and even now, today, a lot of decks are just playing so many traps. Even warriors are, there's these Chaos Warrior, sorry, not Chaos Warrior, Turbo Warrior builds running around where they're playing Jar of Greeds, and a lot of people are playing Raigeki Breaks and Jar of Greeds and Phoenix Wing Blast somewhat. Judgments. So having the decree to just really simplify the game a bit really helps. And yep, I've really been enjoying this deck. The side deck still, kind of a work in progress, but basically I have some stuff against control, some stuff against back row heavy decks and warriors. Zanbaira is pretty good against warriors and taking out spies. Some Kaikus for chaos, and then some generic other good cards. But yeah, let's jump right into the games and the matches. Um, the ones I'm about to show you are against two other control decks, and I really like these types of matches because it definitely feels like a game of chess where there's a lot of back and forth and trying to outmaneuver the opponent, and resources are really important in those kinds of games, and tempo is also super important. And I just find them a lot more interesting than say like playing against like a turbo deck, a chaos turbo deck, or a warrior deck. It's just super fun when you have two control decks going head to head and going back and forth. So, yep, let's start with the first match. The first match is against someone playing a Mask of Darkness control deck. So that means that they're playing quite a few traps, and their goal is to kind of loop Mask of Darkness with Tsukiyomi and whatnot. He sets 3 back row, so I instantly activate the decree. Um, yep, I do something interesting. I set this first because I'm like, he set 3 back row. Like, what if this is a morphing jar? So I set a monster first that I wanted to before attacking, which ended up backfiring on me because he just popped the face down. Um, but yeah, that's how it goes, I guess. So he pops my decree, gets the spy off the field. Um, I go for an early game Sork because I figure why not? I could have waited for the decree to be live, but meh, I think it's fine since I have the spider wall up, and he ends up judgmenting it, which is nice. I go for an interesting play. I go for a Bolter play here because I'm trying to attack his face down, which you know I'm assuming is a flip effect monster, to be honest. So that's why I make the Bolter, and I have the Royal Decree to protect it, and I'm able to chain Decree to Compulse, so that's pretty nice. And then during his turn, he can't activate, Pot of Greed or Graceful Charity, so I made the Bolter. But he does have the out for it in the form of Tsukiyomi, so he outs it pretty easily. But we're chilling right here. We're chilling right here. I go aggressive with the BLS play because I have the active decree, and I could go for game right here if BLS connects, right? That'd be 4,400. But he has a book, so now I'm gonna try to go in again. Um, I opt to wait for the attacks to go through to see what happens and then duo him instead of duoing first. I don't feel like it really helps me to duo first. Um, So I activate the MST first because I'm assuming, or I'm thinking that the only thing that's going to save him at this point in time is either Scapegoat or Book of Moon. So I'm going to bait out the Book of Moon first so I can just flip the BLS back up. But he has a second Book of Moon. So he's barely holding on, but eventually I secure the victory. All right, game 2. He opens the duo. It's fine. He doesn't really hit anything good here. And my hand is still looking pretty solid after the duo hits. You always want to summon the monster first before knocking, so they have a little bit of collateral in case they have Torrential. If you knock first, then they really have no reason to not Torrential you when you summon your monster, but if you keep their monster in the field, then there's a little bit of collateral there. Okay, so now I'm in a little bit of trouble. He knocks my Sangan, and he has a little bit of a Tsukiyomi Dekoichi loop in effect. So he hits me with a dust shoot. Okay, he puts back the BLS, which is interesting. I would have been tempted to put back the Serpent, but little do I know that he has a second dust shoot ready here. So yeah, that's unfortunate. He rips the next dust shoot and puts back the Sork. But I still have the breaker, which is nice. He is up in advantage quite a bit, but he's not doing too much damage to me right now. So now I'm going to just try to bide my time and slowly get back into the game, but he's looping this Dekoichi. Luckily, I get the Dekoichi off the field, as well as get his Torrential with a Serpent Priest. Like, I feel like that's a pretty solid trade for me, so I'm not upset by that. He makes a misplay here and thinks that he forgets Tsukiyomi's effect is not, sorry, he forgets that Tsukiyomi's effect is mandatory. So if Tsuk is the only card on the field, it has to flip itself face down. And then he tries to fix it by playing Swords to flip it up, but he forgets that, or he doesn't know that Swords is only your opponent's monsters. So the Tsuk is stuck on the field, so that's a misplay by him. He hits my Thousand Eyes with a Book Knock combo, so -1 for him. And he's just trying to go in with Mask, I guess, but I have the Serpent, so we're chilling right now. Now I'm just slowly, amassing some cards here and getting myself back into the game. Got a nice little wall with Spy. I try to get even more spies, because why not? But he Solemns that, which I'm totally fine with. And now I'm in a pretty good position. He uses card D and gets rid of his BLS, which I'm like, I don't know about that. Like, that's one of your main win cons here, but he had no lights in the grave, so okay. But I'm going in right now, basically. So I bait him out, setting 2. If he hits the Decree with the breaker, fine, but he ends up hitting the Book, so I flip my Spy back down. Unfortunately, I draw the last Spy, so that was not great, but we're hanging in there right now. At this point, I can't really flip up the Spies or the Mimic, because if he drops a Sork on me, that's going to be game if he attacks them, right? So that's unfortunate, but yeah, here I just get a little bit antsy, and I want the Serpent Engraved to, start getting some advantage off of it. And I'm going to try to clear his 2 face downs. I assume that they're like Dekoichis or maybe Serpent or something like that. So I'm going to clear them, or try to. And I have the Decree to back me up in case he has Mirror Force, which he does not. But that leaves me in a very compromising position, because he could just attack over these, either one with a Sork, and I would lose. So I'm going to have to make a suboptimal play and blow up my own Spies, main phase 2, to prevent that from happening. So clear the back row. Sorry, not clear the back row. Clear the monsters. But like I said, I'm going to have to blow up my own Spies to protect myself, which is what I do. Okay, I tried to end phase Decree again because he has 3 back row. He hits it with the Judgment, which is really nice because he only paid $275 for that. And now I'm going to try to get in there. Is that yeah, I got a 3rd Decree. I got all my decrees, which is super nice. Yeah, so I'm going to chill out here and wait till I can push for game. Okay, so he's forced to blow up the Tribe because I attacked with the Sork. If he doesn't blow it up, then I'm going to go for game right there. But actually, that was super questionable. I don't know. I might have just Mirror Force right there if I were him. But I guess he was trying to Snatch Steal us. So he attacks, and I preemptively activate Decree because if he has a Judgment, which he does not, but if he did, I wouldn't be able to activate the Scapegoat, or rather it would get negated and he would get in there for game. So I preemptively activate this Decree so I can guarantee that my Scapegoat goes through. Otherwise I will lose. And now I Scapegoat. And then I can go for game next turn because I have this Heavy Storm and Sork. So that's what I do, Heavy Storm, and Sork attack the Dekoichi for game. So that was match 1. It was a 2-0, but I still thought it was pretty interesting and back and forth. Moving on to the second match. Second match is also against a control player, except that he's not playing Mask Restrict, I think, but he is still playing quite a few traps. So right off the bat, I decided to set the Spy first instead of the Faith. I just generally like to do that to bait out the knocks, and he knocks me, hits all 3 spies. Dust shoots my Faith, not great, but I'm in a decent position right here, except for the fact that he knocks my Tribe. Luckily I top deck Greed, hit Goblin, and I'm in a pretty decent spot right here. Okay, so I I decided to not Nobleman this face down. I kind of assumed that he was bluffing with a Sook again, and he didn't have any crazy like power spells in there, but in hindsight I really wish that I had Nobleman this Magician Faith, because he just keeps getting knocked back over and over, and that really slows me down here. But yeah, I decided to block, and in case I top deck a meta, so I could take his Spy, sorry, not Spy, Magician of Faith. So I do something interesting here. I summon Merchant in attack mode because I know he has a knock, so I'm not going to set it. And I also have this book, so I can always chain, and flip it face down. And then I also know he has Sook in his hand, so he can't really summon Sook without flipping my Merchant face down. So I decided to just go in there for 200. That connects. Yeah, he's got a Judgment here. Okay, top deck's a charity. Come on. What are we doing right here? So now I got a little bit of my own loop. Mill some really terrible mills, but now I got a little bit of a loop going, which is nice. Let's see here. Does he just set? Okay, so he sets Sook, and then yeah, we all knew he had the Nobleman. And I guess I knew he had the Sook too. I forgot about that actually. So, okay, I got a nice Decree to stop his Raigeki break right here, and now I am just biding my time. He's getting a lot of advantage here though. I'm gonna book his breaker, and he attacks my Sook, but it says 14 attacks. Sook has 14 defense. I flip Sook back down. Next turn I try to tribute the Thunder Dragon, just get rid of the Koichi so he can't Sook loop it. And now I'm in an alright position. I'm going to end up Sooking his breaker in case I top deck a Metamorphosis, so I can take this Chaos Sorcerer with 1000 Eyes. And now I'm just drawing to all these Royal Decrees, which don't help me at all. Let's see here. I end up getting my own breaker and killing his breaker and popping his back row. And I got some life points to play with here, as well as Scapegoat, so I'm not too afraid. This is nice. I get a Sanguine search for Sook in case I top deck a Metamorphosis. Activate Scapegoat, again, in case I top deck Metamorphosis. And I do top deck Metamorphosis, so go me. But he has another Sook in his hand, which sucks. Okay, let's see what he's gonna do here. Okay, he's like doing some weird stuff with his life points by accident. But he has a Sook, and this is crazy to me. Like, this is actually absolutely crazy to me. He discarded his DD Warrior Lady because he had 7 cards in hand. I don't know why you wouldn't, I don't know, like, activate Heavy and set some of this back row and keep the DD Warrior Lady. I have like no idea why he would choose to do that, but he did. I decided to attack with Serpent because I know he has Sook in his hand, so like what is he gonna do? Like book my Serpent? That's totally fine with me. And I'm also trying to bait him into summoning like a Chaos Monster so I can take it with meta. But yeah, I'm not upset about this. He's got a lot of life, so I'm just trying to go aggro right here. And I also only have 9 cards left in my deck, so that's not a ton of cards. Like, decking out is not outside of the realm of possibility here, so I'm trying to go as aggro as possible. He books his Sork, so I can't meta it. I mean, I can 1000 Eyes it, but it's gonna have 0 attack. Okay, making some nice plays here. Really nice play actually. So he Snatch Steals. flips my Thousand Eyes face down, so now he's going to keep the Thousand Eyes and takes my face down. But it was Spirit Reaper, so yeah. I activate Graceful. That's a pretty nice top deck. Hit him with the Duo. I'm really trying to hit the Tsukiyomi here so that like I can make Thousand Eyes without having to worry about Tsukiyomi, but I do not hit the Tsukiyomi. But I'm chilling right here. Okay, I use Meta again. And then what I do here is I book the Thousand Eyes. Sorry, I Sook the Thousand Eyes so I can get in there with 1100 again. And I have the Book of Moon in case he tries to attack this Thousand Eyes. And then also I will have no face-up monster for him to Sook. So there's that. And yeah, he has no monster that he can Sook. He could summon the BLS. I think he's a little bit too afraid to do that right there. I'm not really sure why. I probably would have. But okay, so I do the same thing again, and now I'm just going to try to go aggro and get in for as much damage as possible. And I once again have this Thousand Eyes face down, but I can follow it with the book. I end up booking this because I think he's probably going to drop BLS soon. Might as well save myself some life points. He used all of his noblemen, so that's not a threat. And he also used Snatch Steal, so that's not a threat. But who knows? He could have like a brain control or mind control or something. I don't know. But he finally drops the BLS, which I was prepared for, and I was basically waiting for him to drop that so I could heavy and snatch it. So that was game 1. Going into game 2. So he opens up first with a pretty solid hand, to be honest. But my hand is also really good as well, so. Okay, draw some cards, draw some more cards, and now I'm just going to set the Spy and Decree. He's smart activating the Jar of Greed in the end phase in case I have Decree, which I do. Gets in there for 15. I have another Spy. Okay, hits me with the card D, but it's like, okay, sweet, thanks. Like I had double Thunder Dragon in my hand, and he knew that, so he basically just helps me out right there. And now he opts to use the DD Warrior Lady's effect to banish the Spy. I'm totally fine with that because this card is kind of annoying to get rid of. Yeah, so that's fine with me. But my hand is a little bit dead right now. Oh, no, never mind. I have this BLS. Okay, right here, I could have Decreed first or Blind Spaced. I was keeping the space in case he has Snatch Steal for the BLS. And I didn't really want to Decree because I assumed that one of the back row would have been chainable like a Raigeki Break, and he would just chain it to it. And I was also kind of just fine with him judgmenting this because I gave him 2,000 life points from Upstart, so he pays 5,000 for this judgment, which I'm not really that upset about. Then I hit him with the Duo, get Snatch Steal and Sork, which is pretty nice. Hits me with a nice Heavy Storm, gets the Heavy Storm back. That's unfortunate. He's got, oh my god, he's got so many Magician of Faiths there. I Kaiku, which is kind of nice because I get rid of all the dark targets, so no chaos monsters. I Mind Control, and I Mind Control the new set because he didn't flip the old set, which is like, why didn't he flip the old set? There's a lot of good spell cards in here. So I didn't think the old set was anything good because he didn't flip it. So I got the new set, which at least it does something. But over here, I'm like, should I normal summon the Tribe, attack that, and get in for another direct attack and banish some cards? But then I'm like, I kind of need this Tribe in case he gets rid of the Kaiku and drops a Chaos Monster on me. So I hold the Tribe. And yeah, let's see what happens. So he hits the Duo. Does he get the Tribe? He doesn't get the Tribe. Okay, so I still have the Tribe. Snatch Steals. I'm fine with this, more or less. I don't have Heavy Darks in the grave anyway, so hit him with a Tribe. And then I'm really hoping that this face down isn't anything relevant. I could have also set this Book of Moon, But I know he's holding Heavy Storm in his hand, so it's going to be an easy decision to just Heavy Storm right away. And then I'm just going to end up booking my tribe, and it's going to be face down and easy to run over with, like, really anything. So I hold the Book of Moon, but now he's just going to go off with his Magician of Faith. He's going to get rid of my monster and pop my back row, which sucks. If I said the Book of Moon, I could have kept my tribe, so that kind of sucks for me. But I end up booking and knocking the Breaker. Why did I do that, guys? Oh, I did that because I know that he only has Heavy Storm in his hand, and hopefully he has no way to reset this Magician of Faith, but he does because he's got Book of Moon. So that kind of sucks. I maybe should have knocked the Faith, but if I leave this on the field, then I have a 2-turn clock. So I'm like, gotta get rid of the thing with more attack. Now I got no cards, and he's looping Graceful Charity like a champ. And he gets back Magician of Faith again. Okay, so I should probably surrender here, but I hate surrendering, so I don't, and I'm still in the game right now, to be honest. Okay, well, he Jar of Greeds into Pot of Greed. Okay, and then he has a Chaos Monster, so I concede finally. Okay, so score's 1-1 going to game 3. I'm going first. Hand's looking, it's looking all right. He knocks the Faith right off the bat. Gets rid of his Faiths, all 3 Faiths, which is really nice. Love to see it. Love to get rid of all the Faiths early on. Get a nice Metamorphosis into Thousand Eyes, direct for 16 here. Pretty good position, other than the fact that he has Tsukiyomi, so that's unfortunate. I'm just going aggro. I'm just trying to go as aggro as possible. And I also have a Book of Moon to kind of protect this tribe from chaos. And now I'm going aggro with a Spy. You shouldn't be afraid to do this if you have Book of Moon. It's so nice. Like, you just go aggro, and if they Mirror Force you, you can book the Spy. If they attack into you, you can book the Spy. And yeah, I like doing this. So he Vortexes, and I book the Spy. And now I'm going to get another Spy. And now I'm going to go in there. Top deck Agreed. Feels good. Good cards are good. I'm going to start to wall up because I can't get rid of the Tsukiyomi quite yet. I'm going to slap down the Decree because he's got lots of back row, although they're all spells, which is crazy. Okay. He's going to hit me with a Duo. It's fine because I have Serpent in my hand and I have 2 Sorks, so that's fine. But he tributes for Mobius, which hurts. I set both of my Decrees in case he tried to chain to one of the Decrees, and that kind of sucks. But he has all spells, so I guess it's not super relevant anyway. Okay, let's see. I try to Snatch Steal his Mobius. He books it, and I'm like, okay, I'll just attack over it with Spy. That's totally fine for me. Yep, a little bit of back and forth here. I hold the Heavy Storm because I don't think it's necessary yet. He mind controls Snake, which does nothing for him. And I block some attacks I block 1 attack with Scapegoat. Okay, I'm doing pretty well right now. Top deck Thunder Dragon, which is nice. I think I Heavy Storm. Yep, Heavy Storm, so that I can guarantee the Sword goes through. Tribute for Thunder Dragon, attack into his Serpent, and now I'm in a pretty commanding position. Okay, he has a Chaos Monster, which should be live. Yep, it is live. He banishes my Sork. Okay, what am I doing right here? I top deck a PLS. Kind of saggy. Yep, I try to banish that and go for the game, and there it is. I do go for game. Didn't see what his back row was, but I don't think it was any Battle Trap or anything like that. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. I thought these were some pretty interesting back and forth control matches. So yeah, if you like this video, please feel free to like and subscribe.